He didn't stand out that much in juniors, but if you fast forward to today, he's been as high as 21 in the world, has the record for the most challenger titles in a single season, 8, and he has 3 ATP titles to his name. I'd say he's figured it out. On top of that, he has one of the coldest celebrations on tour, for sure. Tallon Griekspoor, welcome to the Changeover. Welcome back to the Changeover Podcast. My name is Justin Roberts. I'm here in Romania, and my co-host over there, Jody Maginley, is in Winnipeg, Granby. And today we got a little blast from the past from my life. So I spent a couple years in Holland when I was like 15 to 17 or so, and one of the first guys I trained with back in the day was this guy, Tosti Talon, Tallon Griekspoor. Thank you for taking the time to join us while you're there in Bastad.
Thanks for having me, guys. Pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. So that's how we know each other. And we used to call him Tosti Talon because at the time, he didn't really give a shit about his diet. So he was eating like a tosti in Holland is like a grilled cheese sandwich with like ham, and then you have it with a little curry sauce on the side. It's like, it's not very good for you. And then you have the other fast food is like the fricadelle, which is like kind of like a hot dog, a version of a hot dog, or like a croquette and fries and shit. He didn't care too much. It was just like, whatever, bro. We just living out here. So that's how we get the Tosti Talon nickname. So how are you eating these days, bro? As a top 30 tennis player in the world, how is the diet looking?
Well, unfortunately, this diet changed a little bit. Those were back in the good days. Man, even now when I think about it, we have been laughing so much about this, and there's still some people who are still calling me Tosti Talon. And no, the diet changed completely, but it took me a couple of years, to be honest, to get a bit more into it and serious with it. I mean, I still like to have my tosti now and then, but it's not really happening. So the diet changed completely, and I guess also at a certain age you realize what you need, and I know tostis are not gonna help my forehand or backhand.
No. So what exactly does it look like these days? Like when you're playing tournaments or training, like how has it changed?
Well, to be honest, I started 1.5 years ago with a new physiotherapist / fitness guy. He's basically my main guy. He's from Sweden. His name is Sebastian. I met him, and he has been a big eye opener for me. And well, like I said, that's been 2 years ago. I'm 29 now, so this came at 27. And I will not say that I was eating bad before that, but I was not as much on it as I am now. I eat a lot of meat, a lot of red meat. So basically in the morning it starts with eggs, salmon, some avocado, and then basically it's most of the time it's twice a day meat or once fish, once meat. But it's a lot of meat these days. Meat, potatoes, veggies. Well, you know the drill. But no, it's also something that I started to enjoy it a lot myself. You know, like with me, it came a little bit later, I think. Like it came when I was 26, 27. And then you also start to realize what's good for you. You know what your body reacts on well, what it doesn't react on well. Like I say now, if I eat a tosti now at my parents' place, the body is not reacting too well. So let's stick to the meat and the fish for now.
Yeah.
So do you stay away from gluten, like pastas and stuff, or you don't really care about that?
So my biggest change has been I stay away from pastas and bread. So, well, as Justin probably can relate, in Holland, we are big fans of bread. Still, people now, everybody eats bread in the morning and for lunch.
So both meals, crazy. Sandwiches.
Yeah, right? So the kids who go to school, what they get with them is just sandwiches with anything, whatever is bad for you, they put on it. No, I stay away from bread and pastas most of the time. No, actually always. Now for the last 1.5 years, of course, I also have a pizza now and then, but it's
Yeah.
once in 3-4 months. And I just realized that without gluten, my body just reacts better, and I feel much better, much more energy. And yeah, it's been a big change for me. Yeah.
When you give in, like on a cheat meal, like a pasta or something or pizza, do you feel bad?
No, I don't feel bad. Like I had this time at the beginning where I felt bad. Now I just know how also important it mentally is for you to sometimes get away from all the things you do on a daily basis and just to get your mind out of it. And I think most of the time it's even more about the mind than it is about eating the pizza or eating the toasty or eating the frikandel or the fries. You know, these Dutch snacks
With the
are
mayo.
tough. It, with the mayonnaise and the curry,
Yeah.
man, it's the best
Yeah.
thing in the world. Like till the day of today, it's still my favorite. Like fries,
Yeah.
mayonnaise, curry, onion on top of it, frikandel on the side. It's the best thing in the world. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, that's once in a while now, but I don't feel bad at it. Like, but I feel like my stomach can react bad on it. But most of the time, I have no problems.
Okay.
And I can imagine that the recovery is better, and you say you have more energy when you're playing. But does it affect your mental state on court? Like, do you feel more clarity in your brain when you're competing and training, or is it just mostly physical benefits?
No, it's been mentally as well, for sure. Like you
Yeah.
said, just the clarity you have. I've never been a morning person. I've been the worst guy in the morning. I don't know, maybe you remember from back in the days, man. I told my coaches, like, don't talk to me before
Yeah.
11 in the morning, you know? Like, don't talk to me. Don't even try. So this changed completely. Like, my quality of sleep got so much better by leaving
Okay.
the gluten out, eating a lot of meat, which, well, I need less sleep now. I still love to sleep, but I'm good in the mornings as well now. So it's just overall the whole feeling during the day, not even only on a tennis court, also outside the court. It just makes it all easier.
Hey guys, quick break from the episode. The best way to support us is to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the episode.
The players have been talking a lot about the schedule being tough and getting no time to sort of recover. It feels like the year is go, go, go. But I mean, we haven't been around each other in a long time. It's probably been what, more than 10 years now that we actually spent time together. But from your Instagram, now and then you will post a story here or there that implies that you're enjoying life a little bit. Like this last week for your birthday, you were scuba diving, but now and then you might post that you're in an after hours spot, maybe having a drink or two with some friends. So I'm curious, how how do you feel about the demands of the schedule, but also how do you balance this idea of, let's say, going out or having some fun with actually letting the body recover? Because I remember me and Jody's on the road a lot this year playing challenges, and he came back and he had like maybe 6 days before he left again. But it's like, man, I haven't gone out in months. I need to release for the
Yeah.
soul, but at the same time, it's bad for the body. Like, how do you balance this with your schedule and also with like the emotional health, I guess?
Well, you know me. I'm the first guy. I'm a quite social guy outside the tennis court. I like to spend time with my friends, with my brothers, with my family. I'm someone who enjoys a dinner with different people, you know. And I always say, like, I do and leave everything for my tennis, but there is more than tennis in this life. And tennis will always be my number one. But I know from myself, which I found out during the years, once in a while I need this day where I'm completely off from tennis, where I go with my friends, I have a drink with my friends, have a nice dinner. So just to get the mind in the right spot again. I'm someone, like I said, I'm quite social guy. I like a lot of things in life, which has been also difficult the last few years. And I have to say now I start to do it better and better. And I guess it's all about timing. Like whenever you plan that day, like I'm not planning it 2 days before a tournament, but if I'm home for 2 weeks, I just got home. Yeah, I plan that day. I go out with my friends, with my brothers, with my family. I do the things that maybe some players never do, but it keeps me happy. It keeps me fresh, and it only makes me realize what I have. what I do for it, and it also gives me new energy to go again. And then regarding the schedule, I'm I mean, I agree. There are a lot of tournaments. I mean, you guys know it, especially if you're in the lower, if you're around 5, 6, 700 in the world, you're trying to break through. i- you almost need to play every week because it's tough with these points, especially in the futures. Um, like where I'm at now, yeah, I win one match. Fuck, you guys need to win either in challengers, you need to win a tournament, or in futures, you need to win 2 or 3 tournaments to get these amount
Yeah,
of points. So I feel like everybody is making each other a little bit crazy by playing so much. You
I
know,
agree.
everybody is playing like catch up every time, and I'm
100%.
I'm someone I'm not the biggest fan of playing so much. Also because I'm someone who enjoys being at home. I'm someone who enjoys being around my family, my friends. So, in the end of the day, we are our own bosses. Like, we decide when we play. But it's also for me, like, I'm trying to. For example, this year I play Madrid, Rome. I lose early in Rome. And I go to Bordeaux to play a challenger, trying to be seeded at French Open because I needed like 2 or 3 matches and I would be seeded at French Open. And looking back, I'm like, yeah, why did I even do that? Like now I was unseeded and you made fourth round. Wimbledon, I'm seeded and I go out first round. So it doesn't even matter. If you have the level, you're gonna make it anyway. But the whole thing of playing a lot, yeah. If you do well, if your name is Alcaraz or Sinner, you do well in the big tournaments, you don't need to play a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah,
unfortunately for 99% of this world, yeah, we need to play a lot because everybody around you is playing, trying to catch you up. You don't play a week, you lose 20 spots if you're 500 in the world because everybody is
yeah,
playing every week and there's so many opportunities. But at the same time, um, if we talk about the ATP schedule, the tour schedule, yeah, that the thousands became 2 weeks. I'm not a big fan of it. Like days off between best of three for men's, I don't think it's needed. I understand the whole money thing. I understand the tournaments earn more money, but in the end of the day, the only way for us to change it is if we all step up and none of us will show up at one of these tournaments. But it's not happening because there's just too much money also for us involved in it. So I don't know. I'm someone who I stick to my schedule. I try to take those weeks off. Like I said, I had a holiday after Wimbledon. Um, yeah, I try to not play as much as everybody else does, but at the same time, last year my ranking dropped a bit to like 50, 60, and you're like, damn, I'm dropping out of the thousands, some of the thousands and the 500s. I need to get my ranking back up. So what did I do? Yeah, you start playing every week. But I think in the end of the day, to keep your mind fresh, the mental, physical health is the most important thing. And you see so many players lately like talking about mental health, like playing too much pressure. Yeah, well, guys, I'm sorry to say, but you all play every week. Last week, I look up a few guys. They are top 50 in the world. They played already 22 tournaments. 22
yeah.
tournaments. We're in the middle of July. Like if you keep on that rate, you're gonna make 40 tournaments.
But
So
That's
that's
nuts.
that's crazy, right?
Yeah,
And I mean, I had it myself with the whole challenger thing, like especially with the challengers, man. Everybody's playing every week. Last week we were keeping an eye on who was making the cut of US Open because it was today, and everybody playing the challengers, man. Everybody need like 10 more points, 20 more points to make main draw. So everybody's pushing, pushing, coming to the next tournament, and you guys know it yourself. I think the traveling, it's there comes so much with it, like time zones, different hotels, different beds, different food. Not like the rhythm changes every week, which I think makes it very, very difficult.
I think also it gets tricky maybe like after US Open, between US Open and the end of the year, because everyone like start at the top, the guys um who are like on the cusp of making Australia main or qualies, that's what they're thinking about. Or just qualifying for Australia altogether. And then you go down the list and it's the guys like, let's say me, for example, last year I was like maybe 350 and I wanted to try my best to get set into the challenges. So now I'm playing every week. I'm playing like 9 tournaments in a row, losing first round in like 8 of the 9 tournaments, but I can't really take a week off because I'm chasing, you know? So it's like I think it'll be better if
Yeah.
the whole tour, like all of the tour, from futures to challenges to ATPs, gets cut off at the same time, so people don't just chase and chase and chase forever and ever, you know. And then it rewards the people who play a million weeks in a row, but then you're so tired you don't, you know. And then the off season is so small before the next year starts again. So like, it's so tricky with, and I think Roddick talked about it like about like the 250s and stuff after the U.S. Open. Like I don't know. Like I think the season is just too long altogether, and people are going to play, like you said, too many weeks.
I mean, I had it the last 3 years where we qualified for the Davis Cup finals in the middle of November or the end of November. And I basically have been ruining my Australia trip for the last 2 years. So last year I finished in Paris, went on holidays, 8 days, came back to prepare for Davis Cup, played Davis Cup. We made finals in the end. So we were for 10 days there. Went after Davis Cup, went again on holidays for 6, 7 days. And then try to play catch up in the whole of December because I've been playing so much in November. So I completely agree. Also, like the 250s after Paris-Bercy, like makes no sense. Like you're not going to get any big names because I think this year they changed the rule that they don't count for the finals. So the finals will be set after Paris. And like you say, like yourself, players trying to put yourself settled in the challengers, trying to make main draw, beginning of the year. The challengers are so strong. You need a higher ranking to be in. You don't want to go to, well, with all the respect, you don't want to go to Monastir for 4 weeks in January.
Yeah.
Like that's not what you're looking for when you're 350 in the world. You know, like
exactly.
you wanna go to
last
Australia,
year,
play 2 challenge.
Last year at
That's not the
350, I started 315Ks on clay, and I went first round all three. And I was 1 seed at all 3 of them.
Yeah, but it's also like, man, if I look at the draws of the I mean, I follow a lot of tennis. I watch a lot of tennis. I try to follow some young kids. If I see challengers these days, you have so many. First of all, you have all the players who have the ranking to be in. They're good. You have juniors coming in with like junior exams. Like they hit the shit out of the ball these days. These guys.
Crazy,
They start to
bro.
hit faster and faster. Man, it's unbelievable. I practiced with a junior in Holland, 15 years old. The guy's beating me from the baseline without serve. Like he's hitting through me. Like 15 years old, man. What are we talking about? The guy's 60 kilos. I'm 90 kilos. He's hitting the shit out of me. And then you also have so many players trying to come back, like ex-top 100 players. They show up again because it's getting interesting. I mean, the money is getting more and more. So I feel like the challengers, man, they are a dogfight every day. You're fighting for every point there. And I feel like sometimes that's a bit different on the tour. Like you go to 250s or guys show up and they don't even want to play. They give you these matches for free. They're like, I don't want to be here this week. I don't feel like it. Like we're talking first round ATPs. Well, you're not having this in a challenger, man. Everyone is playing for 6, 7 points full and trying to get to the top 100.
It's crazy, bro.
It's a completely different life. Like stepping up into the challenges from the futures is like you finally get some free hotel rooms. You finally like getting a little bit more prize
Some respect.
money. People treat you like a human being, you know. It's like I want to be here. Minimum, I want to be here, you know. So you're like just fighting.
Yeah, it's like the thing I probably like the most about my own career is the whole path that I had. Like I played futures for a couple of years. I think I played 3.5 years futures. Worked myself into the challenger as well. I went to challengers, man, and I came and I arrived. I was like, how am I ever gonna reach this level? How am I ever gonna be the guy here? Like, you know, you just felt like, oh, I win some futures. I'm ready for challengers. You come to challengers, a guy shows up with a physio, fitness coach, and tennis coach. You're like, how am I going to beat this guy, you know? So all these steps. And then I played challengers for 3-4 years. And it took me a while. But it's something that I actually like a lot about my career. Like I played juniors, small tournaments, a little bit bigger tournaments, futures, challengers, worked myself into the ATPs. Never really got too many wild cards, or it's not like I got 8 wild cards a year and within 4 tournaments I was top 100. It's nice, like now looking back, seeing a lot of those players, getting back those memories. Well, to be honest, the best memories I had is junior tournaments, traveling the world as a 16, 17, 18-year-old. I mean, Justin, you can probably relate. It's like now looking back at it, man, you're laughing all the time when you talk about it. Like those are the stories. Nobody
I have
talks.
a story.
Go ahead.
I have a story. So I'm very curious about your mentality because we went to a tournament. I must have been 15, 16. I guess you were the same. We were the same year. So we went to play ITFs in Oman. You remember this?
Oh my God.
Oman,
Man.
like Middle East, like
Yes.
middle of nowhere, Oman. And I was at the time, I was like playing good in practice, but like struggling to close matches out. And I remember talking to Tallon during the tournament, and he said to me, like early in the tournament, he said like, this next match is for the final. He said, whoever wins this match that I play now is gonna go to the final. And I was thinking like, bro, I can't win one match. This man is thinking about winning the whole tournament in the second round. So I was like, bro, like he's mentally he's a little different than me. So I'm curious. Does your mind still work this way? Like where you see draws and you place yourself in certain scenarios early, or do you have to change that because the level is so high at every tournament?
I mean, I definitely had this before in juniors and futures. I had it. I looked at the draw and I was like, okay, this is gonna be my week. Or I also had weeks where I was like, it's not gonna happen this week, you know. So no, this definitely changed. But I feel like, man, when I think back at these times, 15, 16, 17, I had no clue what this life was gonna look like, man. I'm sorry to tell you, but I never expected to be so many hours in the gym doing running sessions, looking what I have to eat, you know, all the traveling. I didn't think about it at that time. I think I didn't even realize. And back then, like, it sounds maybe weird, but for me, I've always enjoyed everything I did with my tennis. Like, and it sounds maybe weird or cocky, but I always had the feeling like it's gonna be okay in the end. Like I'm gonna make it in the end. And I probably could have done it a bit faster. But like I said before, I'm very happy with the journey I had, with how I did it, how it went. Um, but also these days, man, it's so tough when you look at a draw and you're like, okay, I have a good draw this week. Man, everybody can play. It's crazy. Like I said, I look draws of challengers. I look some challenger matches. I see the level these guys are having. None of the guys is giving you a free point. You need to go and earn it all yourself. And I had a time where in challengers where I played, and probably towards the end of my challenger period, that I knew that I was too good for challengers at that point. Like whenever I had confidence or I felt well, I broke the guys early, and the guys went like, you know, I heard them say to the coach, this guy's too good today. He plays too good. How can I break him? He serves too well. So that it also, like, the whole process just gave me a lot of confidence. Like just going through it all. I mean, man, I've also had like matches where if I look back at it, if I think back at it, sometimes I open Resultina and I go back to the matches I played and I start crying from laughing. Like how bad I was there, or how bad I behaved, or how did I lose to that guy, or what did I do there? But it's unbelievable to have this, I think.
Yeah.
Like for me, of course, it's nice when you're 19 or 20 and you're top 50 in the world. It's an unbelievable thing as well. But seeing the whole thing, like now, I open Resultina, I look at future draws and results because I'm just curious how guys are doing. And you see a guy, you know, he probably fucked up, but you know, it's gonna be okay. You give him some time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's fun. I think for me, it's one of the best sports in the world. At the same time, it's one of the hardest and toughest sports in the world. People have no idea what comes with it. Like especially, I feel like at the level I'm at now, they just see you on TV playing on that center court, you know? Yeah, so nice. What a nice life. But they have no clue what you need to do for it. But I guess that's also the beauty of tennis.
You guys are the problem, bro. You guys top 50 in the world, playing on center courts, making the sport look so freaking easy, bro. Like, in and out of corners, moving well, like hitting clean. Like the quality of tennis is so high, it makes people on the outside sit and watch and be like, oh, it's like anyone can do that. Like, no. You have to work so hard and like put in so many hours to be able to do what you guys are doing.
Yeah, and people forget that. Like especially, man, like I said, just the whole. Those people should go look and go to a future like 2 weeks in a row. Go to Monastir 2 weeks in a row and see what the players are going through and which circumstances they have and what they need to do and what they're eating, and you know, like it's crazy. Like Oman, 15, 16-year-old man. I was a blonde little kid, chubby, eating candies, eating toasties, going to Oman. I had no idea, man. Like I thought my parents wanted to get rid of me, you know? My parents sent me to Oman. Just go out there, play some tennis. Well, like, why am I playing tennis in Oman? What am I doing here? You know, 15, 16-year-old.
That is kind of crazy that tennis parents just let their kids go out, you know? Like, even in juniors before that, like 14, 15, like even on the 12s and stuff, like going to Eddie Her and these places, like just letting your kids go out and play tournaments.
No, I'm not sure if I would do it with my own kids if I have them one day.
Bro, Talon, I remember you and I played must have been, we were 16, maybe 17, flower bulb, like grade 4,
Hille,
like
Hillegom.
Hillegom. Yeah. 6 in the third, I believe it was. I think I got you that time, but like, what's cool for me is, I guess our paths went different, and I guess you are where we all wanted to be at the time. So for me to like see where you came from, where like at the time, 15,
Yeah,
16, the forehand wasn't the side that you wanted
was
to see the ball going
it
to.
was not working.
Especially not like a little slow
No.
high. You didn't want you didn't want too much time over there. But
Man, my
then
forehand was so bad.
so
I was such a
just
shit junior, man.
yeah, it's funny. So then like, can you speak about the work it took, let's say, to get from that point to when I think you left, you went to Belgium, maybe at the end of juniors, maybe around
Yeah,
when you were 17, 18, and then you work through the futures, and then you become the guy who breaks that record, winning 8 challenges in one season, 5 in a row, and then I'm looking at you on TV beating Wawrinka, and like
yeah.
then you beat Zverev this year, like you win 3 titles, like what kind of actual work goes into this development, and like mentally and then also physically, like just what did it actually take for you to break that, because you weren't the guy that people were talking about at 17 that's going to make it
No, not
at
at all,
all.
man.
There was,
Not at all.
maybe they were talking like
I was
Botic was crazy talented, Van Rijthoven was crazy talented, but
Tim.
like
Yeah, Tim.
yeah, like
It was
but
all.
yeah.
So I think at the beginning, the fact that it was all Tim in juniors was great for me. Like all attention was on him. They just brought me in to travel with him sometimes, so he was not alone. So they had a second guy, but I was nowhere close the level he had in juniors. Like he was an unbelievable junior. His body, man, he looked like a 25-year-old. Like I'm kind strong build for myself, but I was not as fit or not as close as fit as he was. Um, so I guess like leaving Holland at that time, going to Belgium, meeting Christoph Vliegen back in the day. He, I mean, I owe him so much. Like he learned me basically the whole life, like tennis life. Like you say, my forehand back in the day, man, I had this grip. I couldn't even hit a flat forehand. I had no idea. And I just went out there and I did it. But then when I went to Belgium when I was 17, what helped me a lot was, so I have two older brothers, as you know. They are 5 years older than me. They were playing futures. What I did with Christoph a lot was my brothers were playing those matches and I was with him on the side. And we were just talking about the match all the time. We were probably eating candies, drinking Coke, and eating a toasty, but we were watching tennis and he was learning me tennis. And we spoke so much, and just the way how to look at tennis, he asking me questions. For me, he's tactically one of the best guys I ever spoke to, tennis wise. He learned me so much. um, just making a game plan, sitting on the side, like him asking me like, how would you play this guy, how will you beat this guy, like how where are you going to play that forehand, where are you going to play that backhand, where are you serving. This helped me a lot back in the day, which I started to realize a lot later. But now, I mean, he's my coach again. And now when we talk about it, he says that's where you learn the whole tennis game. Even though it took me a couple of years to use it very, very well on the court. So then going to the futures, like I said, once again, I always had that feeling like it's gonna be okay. And that maybe holded me back a little bit of going a bit faster. Because as a kid, I was very, very lazy. I was not the guy who was jumping first in practice and doing everything well, you know? I was the guy, if we needed to do 10 sets, I did 8, you know? I was this guy. I was this guy who went last in practice, first out. So I guess just over time, this maturing process. Um, yeah, it took a while. And then, like I said, just seeing the life in futures. You're playing futures, you're seeing the life, and then you realize, I don't want this life. I want a better life. Well, then somehow it falls together. You work a lot on it. But for me, to be honest, I went quite easy to challengers because I think I was too good not to be in challengers. But from challengers to ATP, yeah, I had to change so many things. Like I had to start living for my sport because, to be honest, till a certain point in challengers, I was not living like a tennis pro should live for his sport. I couldn't like I say, planning the right things, doing it at the right moment. I was not doing it back in the day. I was choosing the wrong moments. But it still came all together at some point because I believe I just had the level. But once more, I owe a lot to Christoph. I need to give him a lot of credit. We changed the forehand. We built a game plan, like how I should play. Well, he made me back in the day, maybe you remember, but I couldn't serve, mate. I couldn't serve.
Yeah.
Like my serve was like, like
So what do you
you
mean
had
you
to
couldn't
build it
serve?
to,
No serve and no forehand, and you were good?
mate. I in the back in the day, I had no serve and no forehand in juniors. It's not a joke, but I think I was always someone from quite a young age. Whenever I went on court, I found a way to win, or I told myself we're gonna find a way to win. Um, just by playing ugly, man. Like if I think about it now, playing Justin when we were 16, 17, somewhere in Holland, that level was not great, I tell you that. That was not the best
Yeah.
tennis. Huh? That was not the best tennis. So Christoph, just building the game plan, realizing what you need. Well, I started to serve very, very well throughout the years. Especially the last 2, 3 years, it became one of my weapons. I'm someone who serves really well under pressure. Um, Forehand. I believe you need a forehand in these days in men's tennis. Without a backhand, you can get away with it. There are a lot of guys who are not having the best backhand, but the slice will save their ass, and you can make yourself play so you get as many forehands as possible. Um, but no, it's like looking back, it's just been a journey throughout the years, and I've just been learning slowly by slowly, day by day, and it just came together slowly. And um, like I said, now the level I'm at now, I believe whenever you're top 100, it's just mentally and physically. Everybody can serve, everybody has a great forehand, everybody can hit a backhand. So it's just about those little details. And to be honest, when I look to Alcaraz and Sinner, sometimes I'm questioning myself, like, how are you ever going to beat those guys? Like if you see the level those guys put for 4 or 5 hours, the French Open final, well, it's almost unreachable. At the same time, I'm someone who I believe very strongly in myself. I back myself against a lot of players. I always had this mentality of I don't really care. I just go out there and do my thing, and I believe I will have a chance. And I think that also helped me early at a young age. Like I beat Wawrinka when I was 20 or 21. I was 250 or 240 in the world. Just going out there and like I'm just gonna do me. I have never been a guy who has problems with like impressions of big courts, or a crowd. I always said like, yeah, I practice and I do everything to play on those big stadiums. Like this is why I do it. I don't practice to be on court four of a challenger in Germany, with all the respect. Like that's where you need to go through to get to the big courts. But that has been a strong side in me, which always wanted to be on the big courts, wanted to play the big tournament, wanted to be competing with the best guys in the world. And that's something that's today is probably the most beautiful thing about the point where I'm at now. I'm someone who it also get addictive to play Sinner and Alcaraz. At some point, you also don't want to play them too much, but to compete with these guys, to see where you at, to see where your level is at, to see what you need to improve, how these guys put your game like within 3, 4 games, they just open your whole game. It's refreshing. It's refreshing at some point. It can hurt on the other point, but it helps. Like I still believe like you learn so much from losing matches and looking at matches. And like I said, I've also been very, very fortunate and lucky with the right people around me at the right time. And I also have been looking for those people. Like I didn't really settle with someone that I don't think is gonna help me, especially these days. Coaches earn a lot of money. Like they all think they know it. They all want to do it their way, and I'm someone who strongly believes in myself and my way. And yeah, like I said, having the right people around me helped me a lot.
I think one of the things that stuck out to me was when you said, like, I don't know exactly if these are the words you did, but this is what I interpreted it as, is like the skill of winning matches, like learning how to win matches, because I believe that the best players win matches when they're not playing their best, and they'll go through
Agree
a
completely.
bunch of matches when they're not at their best. And I've had I started the year I play doubles, so I started the year at around 400, and up to now is halfway through the year, and I'm around 260 now, and I feel like I've been having the best year to date of my career. And part of the reason is that I don't think all of the weeks and all of the matches that I've won, I've been playing at my best, but I'm getting through it. And it's just, I think I'm learning a lot more about just managing momentums in the match, managing like, oh, I sense that the person is feeling a little bit pressure here. Now is the time to press, or now is the time to make them play balls, or now is the time to just put a ball in. Like just learning that skill, and I play doubles, and I just want to know what you thought about it, because it sounded to me like it's something you learned at a young age, like just by watching, like you said, watching your brothers play and talking tennis with your coach. But then later, when you developed the serve more and you developed the forehand more, you also had that as a foundation, as like you added with the forehand, you added with the serve, but you also had just how to win tennis matches. I believe that's a huge skill that people look past a lot, especially with the level being so close. Like everyone can hit the ball, everyone can serve, everyone can run and like hit the ball off the ground, but it's just competing is something that's being missing. Like you just have to really compete.
And the base level having to be so high.
Yeah, I agree completely with everything you say, because if you ask me, like now I'm 30 in the world, I'm in the race, I'm 22, 23, I'm having one of my best seasons. I missed a couple of weeks. If you ask me now, what did I improve compared to the last 2 years? Well, I'm winning matches on my worst days. I'm winning matches without playing great tennis. And by doing so, you're giving yourself another chance the next day to
100%.
play a better level. Um, I'm someone who I think, I don't know how a lot of players see it, but I'm someone, whenever I play a match, I look more on the other side of the net than I look at myself. Like like you said, seeing what's going on the other side of the net, I think that's so important. Like I've had matches where I felt terrible, but I looked at the other side of the net and I see a guy who's also about to freak out and shouting to his coach and probably even feels worse than I do. But I'm someone, I've always been pretty negative towards myself inside. I've been really hard with myself always. I still am. It's getting better, but I can be very, yeah, brutal with myself. Um, but sometimes just by looking to the other side of the net, seeing what the other player is going through, it helps so much. And like you say, what why do Alcaraz and Sinner and top 10 guys go deep in every tournament? Well, they survive early round without playing great tennis. Like they basically win matches that they need to win, and then you can start playing. And of course, if you want to win tournaments, if you want to go deep in a slam, deep in 1,000, you need to have a good level. You need to play a certain level. At some point, you're not going to get away with this level. But
Yeah,
still, my biggest improvement myself over the last 1.5 years is winning matches on bad days where you physically don't feel great. Mentally, I have days where I'm also not 100% there, but trying to control these days, control these moments, is one of the biggest strengths you can have, I think. And then something else you said about the momentum in a match, like best of five, playing best of five learned me so much about the momentum in a match, because it's crazy how momentum can change within 1 or 2 points,
yeah,
especially in a best of five. Like how you can let two sets slip, or all of a sudden you're in the fifth. Like there's so many examples with this. I think in a best of three, the momentum is a little bit less, but still there are so many momentum shifts which can change the match completely. And my biggest, I think one of my biggest problems, which holded me back a lot, was I always wanted to feel the ball well. I always said to my coach, like, yeah, I don't feel the ball. I don't feel the ball. Even though I was winning 6-2, 6-3, I did exactly tactically to make the opponent uncomfortable. And tactically, it was perfect match. But feeling wise, I didn't feel it. Like, I didn't feel great. And this is the thing that I lost over the years, and I still have it sometimes that I tell my coach, like, yeah, I want to feel the ball, just feel the ball. But now I realize that to win matches, you don't need to feel the ball.
I agree,
And
100%.
I'm also someone like I started to serve very, very well. Well, if I look at the stats on the serve, I'm very high, but on the return, I'm very low. But at the same time, my coach always told me, like, listen, you need to break once a set to win a set. You don't need to break 2 or 3 times, because you barely get broken yourself. So that's also like I won my first grass title that I won. I returned like a kid of 12 years old. But once a set, I connected a couple of returns, I broke, and I served my way out of it. So that's also like just looking at every match by himself. Like, how am I gonna win this match? What does my opponent do? Like I said, I have been very fortunate to have good people around me, especially with Christoph, by looking a lot tactically. He learned me a lot tactically. Like now, whoever I play, the first thing I look is like, okay, what is the other guy's game plan? How he wants to play? How he doesn't want to have his balls? And that's how I'm gonna play. Like, I think I'm lucky. I think I'm kind of lucky to also have a lot of options myself. I'm someone who should play very offensive, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm also the guy who likes to be defensive and run and play a running lob. Like, Murray has been my biggest hero all these years. I just loved it so much, like grinding, grinding. I enjoyed that part as well. So, but I'm also the guy who can play serve and volley now and then. So it's been now it's nice to have all these options. As a junior, it was tough because I didn't know which one to choose, and you always choose the wrong one, you feel like. Now you can settle that better. But a momentum, like recognizing a momentum in a match, is for me one of the most important things. Like recognizing when you need to put a little bit of pressure, when you step in, try to follow to the net, just put pressure on the other side. And it doesn't matter at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you hit the ball, how you feel the ball. As long as you win the point in the end, that's what counts.
That's one of my biggest regrets from my singles. Like I think that's I guess the skill that you said you developed and you value so much, and like one about feel, like feeling the ball, and then two, just competing. And you know when someone looked across the net and looked at me, probably in singles, they saw that they had it. They probably see frustration from me. They see maybe some stress from me. And that's something that I regret that I didn't change when I played singles. And that's for sure something that now that I'm playing doubles that I want to make sure that I change. So when someone looks across the net from me, they see someone who's engaged. They see someone who's ready to take on the point instead of someone who's afraid of the point or someone who's frustrated. I don't want them to look over and see me panicking or see me frustrated. I want them to have fail, and that's something that I think is a big, big, big part of tennis.
Yeah, and it's funny. Sorry, one thing. One thing.
Justin, shut up.
Also,
Justin, we're talking.
I spoke to. When I had no coach.
It's my friend.
I was looking. I was looking for a coach, and I spoke to a coach, and I was interested in working with him, and he worked with some good players before. And I asked him, like, how do you see my tennis? How do you see my style? How do you think I should play? And he said, like, well, we never could find any holes against you. The only thing I told my player, like, stay with him, stay there till 5-all, 6-all. He's going to freak out at some point. I mean, I still someone sometimes who can destroy a racket or who can go nuts to my coach or send my coach away. I'm pretty much outspoken on that. But it was interesting for me to hear. Like, I play a guy top 15, top 10 in the world, and his coach told him, like, yeah, I don't have any holes in his game, but just stay with him. He's gonna freak out, and that's your moment to push. And that gave me such an eye opener for me. Like, listen, if you want to beat those guys, if you want to beat those top 10, top 20 guys, you need to stay there mentally. Like Alcaraz, Sinner, what they do well? Well, they see their opponent is shaking. Well, they're there. And that's probably the biggest strength these guys have. Like, they see you are not very comfortable, they are all over you. And it's not always working, but in the end, it's going to pay off. And that's what I changed a lot lately, the last year, just mentally trying to stay there every point. And also, if I lose a match, it sounds maybe weird, but it's not changing my life. Like, it just adds to the whole journey you're having, and I enjoy the whole journey so much. I have beautiful people around me. I have people around me which I love traveling with and which I love sharing this whole journey with. That I enjoy so much what I'm doing, and I think the hard thing in tennis, of course, is like there's so little moments where you can just be quiet or stay in the moment and realize about what you're doing or about what you're having. Or you win a tournament, 48 hours you play later. I win Mallorca, within 48 hours, I'm playing first round Wimbledon. I need to go from Mallorca, 35 degrees, humidity as hell, to Wimbledon.
They
Completely
did you bad,
different
huh?
court.
You couldn't start a day later? Like, didn't you start pretty
No,
early at
they
Wimbledon?
they put me Monday, and then also like they put you last match on Monday to give you more time. But it's the worst thing because you need to wait all day, and you go on court at 7 in the evening. And well, I lost in three, but if I would have won one set, we couldn't have played another set. So then you play the day after. So those are just little things, but those are also choices you make by playing a week before a slam. And on the other hand, I'm taking the title any day over
100%.
first round Wimbledon. Sorry to tell you. I told
100%.
everyone, sorry, I don't care. At the end of my career, everybody's telling me how many titles I have or what my highest ranking has been. Nobody's talking about first round I lost against Brooksby at Wimbledon. Sorry to tell you. I would have loved to do better, but on the other hand, I'm taking that title. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, real talk.
I think an interesting match to talk about because I think it has all these elements. It's like you playing Zverev this year. He was on a bit of a weird streak, so you can look to the other side. Then we can talk about momentum swings because you were down in this match, you flipped it. We can talk about the mentality because you were freaking out, and so was your fitness
Yeah.
guy, physio guy. I think that's what we're
Yeah,
talking
right.
about.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's the guy.
there's so much going on in this match that I think you can kind of, hopefully, you can kind of explain to us like the journey of this match and kind of what's going through your mind from before going on court throughout the whole match and then finally beating the number 2 player in the world. Like how does it unfold?
So, yeah, so I play Zverev in Indian Wells. When the draw came out, so I was 33. I was the first guy not to be seated. And when the draw came out and I didn't even want to know, and I saw Zverev second round, I was like, oh fuck, here we go again. I lost a couple of heartbreaks against him
He
in
already won the first round in his mind. He won the
2024.
first round already.
Yeah.
The draw
Some
came
things
out.
don't
He's in the second
change.
round already.
And
Automatic.
I tell you one thing. First round, I played Kekmanovic, which I think
Uh-huh.
is a hell of a player. Like I don't like to play him at all. We played a lot. I've won most of them, but all of them were crazy battles, like coming back from a set and a breakdown. So I was already not happy with Kekmanovic first round, and then Zverev second round. So I was like, this was
Okay.
one of those weeks where you go like, oh, here we go. It's not going to be my week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I,
Okay.
and I came and I came from Dubai semis. So I flew from Dubai to LA, 12 hours time difference, completely lost, whatever.
Yeah.
So I played Zverev, and the last match I played against him was in Shanghai, where I lost 7-6 in the third. But I was actually the better player for three sets. I should have beaten him. And the match before that, I lost to him in French Open, where I was 4-1 double break up in the fifth, and I lost it in the tiebreak fifth set in third round French on Chartrier.
Lekker jongen.
Yeah, no, that one hurted a lot, but at the same
Yeah.
time, that one opened my eyes to be able to beat those guys. So those were the two last losses I had against him, and till that moment in Indian Wells, I think I played him like 7 times already, and I only beat him once. But in the other 6 that I lost, I had set points in a certain set in all 6 of them. So we go on the court like Indian Wells, not easy to play. Like balls are not easy. The desert's air, it's not easy. And we play, and I know against Zverev, for example, that against Zverev you need to be ready in the first 2 serve games on him because this guy's the slowest starter in the world. He comes on court, he's still sleeping. Like whenever you need to go on court, he's always late. You always need to wait for him. So before that match, I already said to my coaches, like, listen, I'm gonna make him wait now. Like supervisor was running behind me in the locker. I said, no, I need to go to the toilet. I will make him wait. I said he's late anyway, so I made him wait. We go on court. I have break points, I think, in the first or second serve game. Well, he serves them away. I go break down 3-2. On 2-0, I get broken. I look at my coaches. I said, "Oh, here we go again." Like getting break points, not taking it. He takes them, whatever. So we keep
Yeah.
playing, and I felt pretty comfortable because I played semis the week before in Dubai. I beat Medvedev there, which was one of my best wins. So we start playing, and I go break up in the second. I think I go 5-2 up in the second, or I'm serving for it, and I got broken, and I got broken again. So it's 6-4, 6-5 him, and he's serving for the match. I just destroyed a racket. Like I go to my coaches, thumbs up. Like thanks guys for coming. We're going home. We go to Miami, and I played
That's
two
the
good
best.
points. I remember I played two good points. I go to love 30, and like you said, he didn't have his best period then, so I knew he was kind of shaky. At the same time, I always had in the back of my head that I know he doesn't like to play me. Like he beat me the last two times, but I should have beaten him. I was the better player. I break him back there, and I'm like, okay, we're still here. He played tiebreak second set. We played a lot of tiebreaks against each other. I'm seeing also how then talking about momentum and looking to the other side. I look a lot to the other side, what's happening with him. Um, at the same time, for me, it's pretty clear when you play against Zverev what the tactics should be. Like I said it a couple times, open and wide. People were shocked, but I think there's only one tactics against Zverev, and that's every ball to the forehand, because the backhand is one of the best backhands in the world. Um, so we play this tiebreak, and I don't remember this tiebreak, but I know that I played two ridiculous points in the tiebreak, like serve and volley to the backhand. I take a volley from my shoes, and I hit some crazy shots, and he starts to get a little bit tight towards the second set tiebreak, and I think he throws in a double fault there, and okay, I win that set, but still 1-1 in sets. I see him getting pissed at his team, and it starts to be a little bit windy. But at the same time, I also know like I'm so far away from beating him after what happened to me the last two times. So we go in the third set. I break him 1-1 in the turn. I go 2-1 break up, and I know, and I'm counting myself. I'm like, okay, four more serve games. I need to hold four more serve games. From the moment I thought that, I got broken. 2 minutes later, I got broken. 2-all. So back on serve. And he's not easy. So there I went myself. Like I lost just the whole momentum. I lost it completely. Um, so we go towards the end of the third, and I break him on 5-all, and I can serve for the match, even though I know I'm gonna serve against the wind on the tougher side where we both struggled. Um, my physio fitness guy, he always tells me just stay in the momentum. Play point by point. Don't get your mind and thoughts go away. So I serve for the match, and I think I got 5 match points on my serve. I play serve and volley, hit passings, everything goes by. I save a couple of break points. I got broken in the end, so we go tiebreak third set. It was 3 hours and 10 minutes on the clock or something, and I snapped it completely to my team. Like I lost it completely. Like I stayed pretty solid all match, but I lost it completely. I felt like, well, this was my chance again. I'm gonna lose again against this guy. Like I should win again. I'm losing again. So we're starting this tiebreak, and I remember I go mini breakdown. I'm like, oh, here we go. It's done. No chance. He's not gonna let this slip. And there happens one point, and we change with 3-all. I go to the good side with the wind in my back and at the side of my team, and I'm complaining. And my physio, he stands up and he tells me like, "Why the fuck are you complaining, man? It's 3-all in the tiebreak in the third set. You're on center court in your Wells. Make sure you win those points, man. Why are you complaining? You're still here. We're here." And I mean, he just realized, like, he probably gave me also that little part of just relaxation and remembering, like, fuck, just play point by point, just do the things you have to do so you don't have any regrets after the match. And I have to say, Zverev missed a couple of easy balls there. He gave it a little bit to me. From 4-all, I won the last 3 points. Um, but that win, like, tennis wise, it was not a great match. But mentally, it was probably one of the strongest wins I had, just because the times before how I lost to him by being so much better than him, like 4-1 double break, doesn't happen to me a lot that I let a double break slip. Um, so just mentally, that was just the thing, and mentally it was just a little click of staying there, sticking there, even though I'm snapping out, looking at the other side. He's also freaking out. He just lost 2 early rounds in South America. He was playing to be number one. He said in the news that he was going to be number one. So also that I had in the back of my mind. And like I said, I didn't feel great that match at all, but I had the best win of my career. I just beat number two in the world, number one seeded in Newell Center Court. So that's funny sometimes how it goes. Like, not even playing great tennis, but at the same time, I always say, if I play against Zverev, for example, I'm not playing for my own strength. I'm playing towards his weaknesses. So I give myself the best chance to win. Like if I'm gonna play for my own strength, go hard, go forehand inside out to his backhand, well, he's gonna beat me. Yeah, he's just better at that. Like that's why he's so good. But if I'm gonna play it towards his weaknesses, I give myself the biggest chances to win, and I'm gonna get chances to win, even though I also take myself a little bit out of my own comfort zone.
I think everybody
But
doesn't have
then,
that quality that you are describing. Like, not
yeah,
everyone has the ability. Like you said it earlier, maybe a few minutes ago, that you have the ability to serve and volley when you need to, play like boom boom
yeah,
when you need to, take a step back and play defensive. It's like, bro, I can't play defensive. I'll be running and after 3 shots I'm missing or something. You know, like I better serve him first ball
yeah,
just shit out to this point. You
You
know,
don't run for too
so
long. It's only
like
one
a
or two
good
balls.
quality to have, to be able to have different like modes, because then you can play for the other person. You know, instead of like for me, I'm just gonna play it for myself as much as I can. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, yeah, and that's like you say. I've been very, very lucky to have those options. To have many options. I can play offensive, defensive, serve and volley.
Yeah.
But it also makes it tough sometimes because you feel like there are too many options to choose from.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
of course, in the end, whenever you sort them out, it's probably the best thing.
Located in South Florida, Access Tennis is in the ideal location for training and competition. There are groups available for all levels of players, from young juniors to top ITF, D1, and pro players like Jody and myself. Access had a big part in the development of players like Cooper Williams, Ben Wilworth, Liam Draxler, and more. Access also has UTR match play certification. Visit accesstennis.com/contact for more information.
I'm stringing up my racket using my Pro Stringer. I've had this machine for 4 or 5 years now. The Pro Stringer is a portable stringing machine. It's very durable. It's accurate. I never have any issues with the tension being incorrect and stuff. It's easy for me to know what to expect from the racket. And we at the Changeover actually have a partnership with Pro Stringer. So if you'd like to go and purchase one, you can go to the website and you get to save $100 off a brand new Pro Stringer when you use our discount code Changeover in the checkout. So if you're interested in a portable stringing device, I highly recommend this machine. Saves a lot of money in stringing fees. And like I said, I take it everywhere I go and string all of my rackets on this machine.
Bro, when you finish a match like that, because watching on TV, I think I turn the TV on, like, end of the second, like, start of the tiebreak, and I just see this tense conversation with you and your physio. It looks tense on TV. Maybe between you two it's normal, but
Yeah.
commentators are like a little bit like, what's going on here? Like, is this guy gonna be fired after the match? Because you're like complaining and he's giving you like hard encouragement, but it's like it's your dad and you're being a bad boy and he's trying to like be like give you tough love, right?
Yes.
So you win this match, you walk into the locker room and you see them. Is it like, haha, we laugh it off because I got through?
No.
Or is it now it's time to like, what the fuck are you doing out there? Like, we need to fix this
No, for sure.
attitude. What is it?
Like this, so my physio, my fitness guy, he's the first guy we speak about everything. So my relationship with him is unbelievable. He's like my brother. Like we talk about everything. The moment we feel like 1% of tension between us, the other one says, "Hey, what's going on? Let's talk about it." So he's the first guy who always tells me like, I want you to be emotional. I want you to be yourself. I want you to be you. And he says, I don't care if you break a racket or if you shout at me. He says, I already feel bad on the side, so he can imagine how I feel on the court. He said all the pressure, everything that comes with it. And it has actually been an unbelievable funny clip because it was all over Twitter where he said to me at 3-0 in the third, I was complaining and he was like, what do you mean, man? We're here. He goes like, you're on his ass. Keep going in. Hard balls, you're on his ass. and my tennis, I will find you this clip and I will send it to you. It's funny. And my tennis coach is sitting there like he has no clue what to say. So it's just mentally, just keeping me there mentally. Stay here. You're competing. You're playing number 2 in the world. You're here 3-0 in the third. You're all over him. You're on his ass. So that was actually a funny video. I will show it to you. But no, it's always been, we speak about everything. But that's also something that I learned throughout the years and with the right people around me. Like whatever the problem is or whatever I feel, I tell them. So they have a clue like what's going on, you know?
We spoke a little bit about how sometimes you kind of see yourself in the draw. So like you might see yourself winning or like you're talking about you're playing number 2 in the world. but you're also looking to the other side and you're thinking tactically. So I'm kind of curious, what percent of performance do you think is being sort of process oriented, like thinking about the process versus the result? Because it seems like both are pretty present in your mind at the same time. So I'm just curious, like, how do you view that balance?
Well, I would say at the beginning I was much more looking results, like I was all about results. Then I just started to realize, like, if I ask myself now, like, I'm 29, I would like to play 6, 7 more years. If I'm healthy, I have still so many things to improve. So you have to stick to the process. You have to stick to the long term journey you're on. Like, it's I don't believe in working 2 months very well and you're gonna get paid off. I believe that you get paid off after years. Like, we're not all like, unless you're Alcaraz, Sinner, Fonseca, Mensik. Okay, these guys work extremely hard as well, and they get paid off earlier because they're just these talents. I think there are a lot of different players who just need to work much harder, or not much harder, maybe more, or it doesn't come as easy as it come with certain guys. And I don't say they don't work hard, because I think they are working extremely hard, but they're also extremely gifted. Um, so I would say now I'm all about the process. Of course, when I'm playing, like this year, for example, I play Marrakesh. I'm first seeded. Well, I'm trying to get that title. I go there, like, I'm not shy to say I go there to get that title. Um, so that's also like, but it's not like I'm looking at the draw, who's gonna go out. I believe that if I reach a certain level, I'm gonna get chances in every match, so I can win the tournament. Um,
Mm.
so I think it's just also a lot about just backing myself, and I trust myself in a lot in everything I do on court. I think I have the level to beat any player in the world on a good day. Of course, if I want to beat Alcaraz Sinner, I need to play my best tennis ever. But also, these guys have bad days, like where they lose early in tournaments. Not as much as the rest of us, but also they have it sometimes. So. Um, Lately it's been all about the long process and just trusting whatever I'm doing. I'm trusting the people around me. They are working with me on we're working on things, like we're trying to get better. And I'm well, if I end my career now, of course I'm very happy with what I've achieved, but I still think I can improve my best ranking I ever had, and I can win more titles, and that's what I'm all working for now.
Bro, you mentioned a little bit how in a few games playing Sin and Alcaraz, they can kind of expose your game. They can show you where you're weak pretty quickly. But you've also had some success against these guys, and you've like not a lot, but you've had times where you pushed them or maybe had a win or two.
Yeah.
How do you see the matchups, and how, like, where are they a bit vulnerable, especially the way you play, or like how you look at their games, and then how do they make you feel uncomfortable when they play you?
Well, for me personally, I've always had more chances against Sinner than I had against Alcaraz. I feel
Yeah.
like with Sinner, you know what's coming. Like, he does it unbelievable well. Like, he's the best player in the world. But at the same time, he doesn't have the net skills and the net game that Alcaraz has. He doesn't have the drop shot. He doesn't have the backhand slice. Like, he has the sliding backhand. Like, the things he does is unbelievable, unbelievable level. But I think Alcaraz has a bit more options. And I think why Alcaraz is also a little bit more up and down is because he maybe is not using the right options at the right time. He's playing, but on the other hand, in trouble, I think Alcaraz can do much more. I think Alcaraz, his peak can be higher than Sinner's peak. Um, but Sinner's, well, now after yesterday, I'm actually not sure if this is true, but I think I just think that Alcaraz has more options. He's more complete than Sinner is. But whatever Sinner does, he's the best in the world in doing that. Um, so yeah, I Sinner, I had a couple of times close. Like, I remember playing him in Halle on grass. Was his first match as number one in the world. Won first set tiebreak. I got second set 2-all, love 40 on his serve, and I was playing very, very well. I let it slip that match also because he just played well. Then in Miami, I had him 1-7-5 3-all. He won where he was very, very shaky and doubting. Then a rain delay came and he killed me completely after. Um, And then against Alcaraz, I beat Alcaraz once, but he just was top 100. I think I was 150. And then after that, I didn't have many chances against him. Last year in Davis Cup, I played him. I got an early breakup 4-2, but then he just stepped up to the next gear and he went over me. So yeah, it's extremely difficult to play these matches. If you ask me like how I think I can beat them, well, I need to have one of my best days. I think you need to be very, very aggressive against both of them. You need to serve extremely well. You need to play hit and charge, get them out of that rhythm. Uh, I think what they do so well is every match they play, they make the match about their own terms. It's on their terms. The match is about Yannick. The match is about Carlos. And I think when you try to play them, you should try to make the match about you, and you need to make them uncomfortable. And like I said, it's almost impossible to make Alcaraz uncomfortable. But he has matches during the year where he's not feeling it. And I think if you play very aggressive, you take returns fast, you rush a lot to the net, you put a lot of pressure on him. I think that's the only way to beat them. Like I'm not gonna beat Alcaraz and Sinner from the back. That's what I know for sure. That's what these guys are too good
That's
at.
a fact.
That's a fact. Like we can speak 1 more hour about it, and we can try to find ways. If you guys have ways, please tell me. But I doubt it. So how, like, for example, players that Alcaraz struggles against? Well, Struff, for example, or Struff is someone who plays extremely aggressive, and he made Alcaraz struggle a couple of times. I remember Botic beating Alcaraz at the US Open. How? By being super aggressive on the first two shots. Um, and I think that's what he does so well every other match. They make the match about their terms, and that's why they are probably the best in the world.
We spoke about your serve. That to me, the serve and the forehand are crazy improvements, but mostly the serve. Like I watch you play matches, and the service games are quick. It's like
Yeah.
bomb, 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 serve first ball, whatever. I'm curious about surface changes and how you adjust the serve because a lot of guys like they go to the clay and they start to like kick the first and they start to like tactically serve differently. But I see you playing. I don't see much of that. I see you kind of you stick to the spot serving. So like at this stage, what is when you say serve well against Alcaraz and Sinner? What does that mean? Is that like changing
Well,
speeds and spots? Is it just hitting aces and whatever? And then talk also about when you go different surfaces, how much do you have to adjust the way you serve?
I think serving well against these guys, you need to reach like 75% first serve. I think that's
Okay.
what you need against those guys. Like I think Sinner and Alcaraz, they're leading in winning points on second serve return. Like they put so much. Like what I struggle with against Sinner and
75%,
Alcaraz.
bro. That's crazy.
No, that's crazy.
That's
But I had matches where I served it. Like on an indoor court, if I feel well, like some good servers, yeah, they can do it. But then, yeah, 75%, man, you need to hit a couple of aces. I feel like
yeah.
second serve, you need to go full body sometimes. You need to mix it up. You need to throw the slice in. Um, and then on the surfaces, like, I mean, I love to play indoors. I like to play indoors. I have my spots. I use my spots. You go second serve a little bit faster body, slice body. Sometimes you throw in a slower kick. Um, do I change my serve a lot on like different services? No, I don't. I stick to my. I still want to have 3 points on clay, like I have them on hard, and it's tough sometimes because you don't get them. Like I know here in Bastad, I'm not gonna get as many 3 points as I got in Mallorca on grass. Like that's just facts. But um, I know my favorite serves. I know my spots. I know when I'm in the rhythm and in the flow. I serve lines. I serve my spots. I serve aces. Um, I'm someone who trusts my second serve a lot. So I'm someone who likes to risk the second serve a bit here and there. I think these days, second serve, the top guys, they play a lot slice body, especially on grass hardcore. The body serve is such a popular thing, I feel like. And I think it's an underrated first serve because I think the body serve always works. Um, but at the same time, you also want to have those 3 points sometimes. And if you're a good server, you like to serve for aces. I serve for aces. I do that. Of course, on the grass. you slice a bit more. But for me, it all depends on who's on the other side of the net. What is the
Yeah.
guy's favorite return? What he wants, what he doesn't want. Um, I think that's also one of the most important things for me. Like I said, if I play Zverev, I don't serve for aces, but I serve to his forehand all the time because I feel like that improves my chances of winning the match. Um, but then some guys they don't have a really weak side, or you just have to back yourself and try to go for your own serves. Um, but yeah, I would say there's not really a change on surfaces. Yeah, bit more, like I said, bit more slice on an indoor court, or it also depends on the speed of the court. Like Indian Wells, for example, well, you can play like you're playing on clay, so you're throwing in a bit more kick serves there. Um, but overall, I'm just picking my spots, backing the spots, and going for it.
And the last thing I would like to do before the game is, or we would like to do before the game is Technofiber, bro. So you're one of the first guys I seen switch to the Technofiber team, and there's a guy over there that people talk a lot about, Dieter Calle, and I'm curious.
Legend.
I'm curious about, or we're curious about, sort of the evolution of your racket setup, and have you changed based on, I guess, the way tennis has changed and the balls and surfaces and stuff over the last few years, and what those changes are, and how he's been a part of that, Dieter.
Well, first of all, Dieter is unbelievable. Dieter is the biggest freak about rackets. He knows everything. He does my rackets already for 10 plus years, um, which I think even a lot of people don't even know. But if you get 10 rackets from the fabric and you put them all on his scale and all the things, they're all 10 different. So you all need to make them the same. Um, I, I, s- you're not gonna believe it, but I play with the same racket for 10 years already. I
Oh
never
wow.
changed the frame, so I still have the same old frame, which they doing the paint job for me. Back in the day, when I was like 300, 400. I was lucky that Medvedev stayed with that racket, so they made them for him, so they could also make them for a few more players. Um, I changed. So basically, for 8 years, I played the same. Then 2 years ago, I changed strings. Even though within Technifiber, I changed strings, I went to a thinner string. So I play with a 120 string, which is pretty thin, which goes out
Bro,
pretty
how
quick.
fast does that
Uh,
break? My goodness.
How don't you
on
pop,
clay,
bro?
if I'm practicing on clay and hitting, it can be 20 minutes if it's warm. But in
Bro
matches,
is
I never
moving with like
break.
15 rackets in his bag.
In matches, I never break because I change racket every ball change. So also because of the 120, I play. I don't play so much with my kilos, to be honest. It depends a bit. I'm always between 21 and 23. Um, Stats from the racket. I moved my swing weight is actually the only thing I moved a little bit in the last 2 years to get a little bit more whip and a little bit more easier speed on that. But then I'm not the guy who wants to change a lot in the racket because I've seen a couple of guys, they got so mental about it. And like once you start changing, I feel like you're losing it completely. And I'm someone like, I like my racket. I never had problems with the racket. I try with Dieter now and then to change something, either change a new string or put a few more grams on it or put the swing weight down or up or the balance a bit different. Um, but I'm someone, I like what I have in my hand, and I have been playing well with it, and I have been going well with it. So, and I know myself that once I start changing, I feel like I can lose it completely, and I'm not gonna get rid of that feeling. Like there are a couple of players, you see them with the racket in the hand all day, the grip, and I'm like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to make
Yeah.
myself that mental about my racket. So yeah, it's been Technifiber for me. Dieter has been an unbelievable guy with that. Like I said, he's the biggest nerd about rackets. He knows everything. So yeah, it's more about changing the strings than really changing the racket.
Perfect.
Is this episode
Right
sponsored
on.
by Technifiber, Justin? Was this a paid commercial or something?
It might be. It might be. I have to talk to my boy Philippe. Um, bro, to me, bro, you have one of the coldest cellies in tennis. The salute. The salute for me is up there. So if you win the trivia today, if you win trivia today, I have to see it on the podcast,
Yes.
bro. I have to see it.
That's a deal. That's a deal.
What we're gonna do here is we're gonna go first to 3 correct answers, and usually the guest gets there before Jody. So I'm counting on you.
I'm about to ask. Have you won one yet, or are you waiting for the first?
I used to win a few. I used to win a few back in the day.
It's been a little minute.
Pressure's actually on me now.
Yes, it is. That's the great thing.
But you like that. You like that. You're comfortable there.
I like that. I need to.
So I'm going to read the question out, and once you think you know the answer, you can shout out. But if you're wrong, Jody has a chance to answer.
Yeah.
And if he's wrong, you can both try one more time. Wrong twice, go to the next question. First to 3 correct answers wins. And here we go. Question number 1, as always, is who am I? Career high number 1, 6 Grand Slam titles. The youngest Wimbledon champion in history.
Swiatek. No.
Oh. Sinner?
What are you talking about? She won her first Wimbledon last week, no?
Sorry. This is embarrassing.
Wait, was that an answer, Jody? You answered?
Well, you heard me answer? I didn't answer.
Jody, are you...
I thought I heard something there, huh?
No, I don't think so.
He said Sinner. Okay. He said Sinner. So it's 1-1. Nobody answered till I finished.
How many slams does Sinner have? 4. Fuck
No.
me.
Let me finish.
No, he didn't answer. He didn't answer.
He did. He said Sinner. So let me go again. You guys answer one more time each. Okay? Career high.
What an embarrassing thing, man. But you have to start all over again, and you cannot show this online. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm blaming the Wi-Fi, bro. I can't even hear you guys. What are you guys saying, bro? I can't even hear you guys.
This is embarrassing, man.
The man said
embarrassing. How bad are you, man?
Believe that one. I don't believe that one. Wow.
Hold on, Justin, hold on. It says heads up. You may not have enough storage to continue recording.
Give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna delete some shit.
Talon, we have to start over this quiz, no? We for sure have to.
No.
Yeah, we start over.
That's the funniest shit I've ever seen. That's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
No. You cannot.
The man said Swiatek. She won her first Wimbledon yesterday, bro.
2 days ago.
Yeah. That's the funniest shit I've ever heard on this podcast, I think.
No, you cannot be like that.
With confidence, too. I love that. Let's see. It should be good now.
So cocky, man. Why I go so cocky straight?
I love it. All right. So,
okay, good.
So you guys can answer one more time each, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just let me finish. I'll let you know when I'm done, all right? 6 Grand Slam titles. Youngest Wimbledon champion in history. Righty who served and landed on his right leg. From Germany. That's it.
Boris Becker.
Yes, 1-0. Griekspoor. Yo.
I can't tell what's going on. Is he celebrating?
You frozen, dog? You good?
Is it answer correct?
Yeah. What's
I
happening?
feel like he's clapping. I don't know what's going on.
It's correct, bro. It's correct, bro.
No, you good.
1-0 Griekspoor.
Okay.
Question number 2.
Justin, it's time to win some matches, brother, and move to challengers. Get better.
Yeah. This is not it, bro.
Sorry, I apologize. Romania is not the place I want to be either, but we embrace it, you know. Question number 2.
Yo, we should just scrap this quiz altogether, I think. Okay. Go on, Justin. If you can get the question out, go on.
Justin, win some matches, brother. It's time to move to the challengers. Get out of there, man. I'm surprised
Justin,
you even have internet in Romania.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're giving you Wi-Fi at the Futures.
Question number 2, folks, is what was the score of the women's Wimbledon final?
Oh no.
Oh, I know, 1-1.
Yeah, but what year?
Oh fuck.
2 days ago. 2 days ago.
I thought your internet lagged and you were continuing the question, mate. What is
That
this,
is
man?
bullshit.
Bro,
I'm taking that point.
1-1. Question number 3. Mathematics. How's your math talent?
I'm a joke in mathematics.
Are you really?
If you
Okay.
okay,
No.
if a store has a 30% off sale, and the clothes that I buy originally cost $30, how much do I owe at checkout?
Me. Wait,
21.
how much clothes?
$21. Wow, this guy's on it.
Wait. No. You didn't say how much
He
clothes.
didn't even get the question.
Hey, yo, no, this is messed up. Go on.
2-1.
This motherfucker's gonna do a salute when Wi-Fi was lagging all over the place, bro. Like, come on.
Bro. Name a racket brand not named Prince that
Technifier.
starts with the letter. No. It's okay.
No,
It's okay.
Go on. That's crazy. Great. Go on.
That starts with the letter P.
I know what it starts with, but I can't.
I'm gonna shoot pen.
No chance they have rackets, right?
No. Jody, you can do this, man. You can do this, bro.
Starting with a P. Bro, I don't know. There's one that, like, I don't even want to say the name out loud because it's gonna sound stupid if I say it. It's Pro something.
Were you there?
All right. It's Pro something, right?
I know it, man.
Yes.
Like Pro Connects or some shit. Like Pro, I don't know what it's called. Is that it?
Jesus.
Is that it?
It's close. That's close. It's Pro Canex. I give it to you.
Yeah.
You gotta give it.
Come on.
We have to give it.
Come on.
Pro Canex. Okay.
That's a good one.
We can do 2-2.
Took me a while.
Tiebreaker. We can do somebody's career fact, or we can spell somebody's name. A player's name.
Career fact.
Okay. Now, this is how you pay attention, because it was in the first question. How many Grand Slams did Boris Becker win?
6.
I described it. Yeah. Too good. Hey. Let me see the salute, brother.
That is messed up, bro.
Yeah. Unreal.
But
it was tough.
It was big risk, because maybe he was lacking and some more was coming in the question.
Yeah.
I just went, break point. I went for it. Like I said,
Go
put
for
pressure on the other side. Just put pressure on the other side.
Exactly. and he felt the pressure. That's for sure.
Am I ever gonna win another fucking game? Is that the question?
It's looking unlikely, my brother. It's looking unlikely.
Keep going. Your time will come.
I believe.
Believe.
Trust the journey. Long process,
But
long term. Keep working.
No. All of the games have been 3-2 though. It's been 3-2, so I'm right there. I'm right there.
I rather lose 3-0
losses.
than 3-2 sometimes. Now you feel like you were close.
Yeah. Bro, Talon. Yeah. Known you for a long time. Happy to see your success, bro. And thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Long time coming, this one. Yeah, bro. Had a good time catching up here and getting some insight into your journey here the last 12 years, whatever it's been since we
crazy, man. Such a long time.
Yeah. Bro, we have this segment where we ask the current guest who they want to see on this podcast. Who would you want on this podcast? Who would be good here?
Oh, well, one name that came up in my... I don't know if I think he has been with you guys. It's Eubanks, right?
You did it already, yeah?
Yeah,
he has been there. I will go with... Let's go with Dustin Brown.
No way. What
crazy.
A shout. What a shout.
That's a good one, huh?
That's a great one.
That is a good one.
That's a great one.
That couldn't be any better, actually. If you...
right?
That could be good. That could be good.
I think you're gonna hear some funny stories.
Okay.
For sure.
See if we can make that one happen then.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Let's do it, guys. Guys, thanks
Talon,
for having me.
Thanks
Pleasure.
so much. Take care.
Thanks, boys.